Bad Brains is an American hardcore punk band formed in Washington, D.C. in 1977. They are widely regarded as among the pioneers of hardcore punk, though the band's members objected to this term to describe their music. Baby Shambles are an English rock band established in London. The band was formed by Pete Doherty during a hiatus from the Libertines. As of 2013, the band includes Mick Whitnall, Drew McConnell, and Adam Faulkner. At the Drive-In are an American post-hardcore band from El Paso, Texas, formed in 1993. Consisting of singer Cedric Bixler, guitarists Jim Ward and Omar Roger Guess, bassist Paul Hinoyos, and drummer Tony Hayar, the band released 3 studio albums and 5 EPs before breaking up in 2001. Asia is a British progressive rock band. The band was formed in 1981 as a supergroup of 4 members from different progressive rock bands, namely John Wetton, Steve Howe, Jeff Downes and drummer Carl Palmer. Ashra Temple was a German krautrock group of the 1970s, which is an example of cosmic or ambient space rock. Armored Saint is an American heavy metal band originating from Los Angeles, California, United States. Aretha Louise Franklin was an American singer and songwriter. She began her career as a child singing gospel at New Bethel Baptist Church in Detroit, where her father, C.L. Franklin, was minister. In 1960, at the age of 18, she embarked on a secular career, recording for Columbia Records but achieving only modest success. April Wine is a Canadian rock band formed in 1969. Originally based in Halifax, Nova Scotia, the band enjoyed international success in the 1970s and 80s, releasing more than 20 albums since 1971. Richard David James, best known by his alias Aphex Twin, is a British electronic musician and composer. He has been described by The Guardian as the most inventive and influential figure in contemporary electronic music, and is the co-founder of Reflex Records with Grant Wilson Claridge. Antibalas is a Brooklyn-based Afrobeat band that is modeled after Fela Kuti's Africa 70 Band and Eddie Palmieri's Harlem River Drive Orchestra. Although their music generally follows the musical architecture and language of Afrobeat, it incorporates elements of jazz, funk, dub, improvised music, and traditional drumming from Cuba and West Africa. Anthrax is an American thrash metal band from New York City, formed in 1981 by guitarist Scott Ian and bassist Dan Lilker. The group was considered one of the leaders of the thrash metal scene during the 1980s. Animal Collective is an experimental band originally from Baltimore, Maryland, currently based in New York City, Washington, Los Angeles and Lisbon. The band consists of Avi Tare, Panda Bear, Deacon, and Geologist. Alice in Chains is an American rock band formed in Seattle, Washington, in 1987 by guitarist and songwriter Jerry Cantrell and original lead vocalist Lane Staley. The initial lineup was rounded out by drummer Sean Keeney and bassist Mike Starr, who was replaced in 1993 by Mike Inez. Alice Cooper is an American singer, songwriter, musician, and occasional actor whose career spans 5 decades. With a stage show that features guillotines, electric chairs, fake blood, boa constrictors, baby dolls, and dueling swords, Cooper is considered by fans and peers alike to be the godfather of shock rock. He has drawn equally from horror movies, vaudeville, and garage rock to pioneer a theatrical and macabre brand of rock designed to shock people. Albert Al Green, often known as the Reverend Al Green, is an American singer best known for recording a series of soul hit singles in the early 1970s, including Tired of Being Alone, I'm Still in Love with You, Love and Happiness, and his signature song, Let's Stay Together. Aerosmith is an American rock band, sometimes referred to as the Bad Boys from Boston and America's greatest rock and roll band. Their style, which is rooted in blues-based hard rock, has come to also incorporate elements of pop, heavy metal, and rhythm and blues, and has inspired many subsequent rock artists. Acid Mother's Temple. The Melting Paraiso UFO is a Japanese psychedelic band, the core of which formed in 1995. The band is led by guitarist Kawabata Makoto and early in their career featured many musicians, but by 2004 the lineup had coalesced with only a few core members and frequent guest vocalists. Paul Daniels Frehley is an American musician best known as the former lead guitarist and founding member of the rock band Kiss. He took on the persona of the Spaceman or Space Ace, and played with the group from its inception in 1973 until his departure in 1982. Accept is a German heavy metal band from the town of Solingen, originally assembled by former vocalist Udo Dirk Snyder, guitarist Wolf Hoffmann and bassist Peter Bales. Their beginnings can be traced back to the late 1960s. Benjamin Scott Ben Folds is an American singer-songwriter and record producer. From 1995 to 2000, Folds was the frontman and pianist of the alternative rock band Ben Folds 5. After the group temporarily disbanded, Folds performed as a solo artist and has toured all over the world. IC/DC are an Australian hard rock band, formed in November 1973 by brothers Malcolm and Angus Young, who continued as members until Malcolm's illness and departure in 2014. Commonly referred to as a hard rock or blues rock band, they are also considered pioneers of heavy metal and are sometimes classified as such, though they have always dubbed their music as simply rock and roll. ABBA was a Swedish pop group formed in Stockholm in 1972, comprising Agneta Efnelskog, Björn Ulvaeus, Benny Andersson, and Anu Fridlingstad. ABBA is an acronym of the first letters of the band members' first names and is sometimes stylized as the registered trademark Swasiswa. A Perfect Circle is an American rock supergroup formed in 1999 by guitarist Billy Howard and Tool vocalist Maynard James Keenan. The original incarnation of the band also included Pazlan Shandon on bass, Troy Van Leeuwen on guitar, and Tim Alexander on drums, with Josh Freese being the band's primary drummer after the band's initial round of touring prior to their first album. Medeski Martinwood is an American avant-jazz funk band formed in 1991, consisting of John Medeski on keyboards and piano, Billy Martin on drums and percussion, and Chris Wood on double bass and bass guitar. Richard Melville Hall, known by his stage name Moby, is an American singer-songwriter, musician, DJ and photographer. He is well known for his electronic music, vegan lifestyle, and support of animal rights.